Boop. Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, February the 23rd, 2021, and today's daily Bible readings come to us from Psalm 77, Job 5, 8 through 27, and then 1 Peter 3, 8 through 18. I'm going to look at 1 Peter and talk about returning evil with good. So Peter is explaining to his audience that there's a certain way, I guess a decorum, if you want to put it that way, a way that we should behave as Christians towards each other and also towards people that aren't inside the faith, people that don't count themselves as Christians, because in Peter's world, that was the case. Most of the people you would run into on a daily basis were not Christian or did not call themselves Christian or did not pretend to be Christian at all. And so he talks about how Christians should behave with one another and with other people. And so he's basically saying that Christians are called to live lives of love and humility, that we're called to be tenderhearted, right? Not eager to return evil for evil. It's the idea of turning the other cheek, right? So where did Peter get that? Well, Peter is teaching us what he had learned from Jesus. Even if it took him himself a while to learn it, it's a lost art also maybe for Christians today, because we seem really very eager to take offense at any kind of presumed slight, whether that be somebody, flat out making a joke about the faith or making a joke of Christ, to even, heaven forbid that they don't put Merry Christmas on your Starbucks cup and you just lose your stuff over it. Just go somewhere else for coffee. So, we seem really eager to take offense at any kind of slight like that. And unfortunately, a lot of us even seem eager to respond with violent words, if not violent deeds. So that's, Peter's talking about, just because somebody insults you or you feel insulted by it, that doesn't mean that you respond that way. You don't, okay, they did evil to you. You're not called to respond with evil in kind. They abused you. If you're following Christ, you don't get to abuse them back. Sorry. But that's, like I said, it was hard for Peter to learn. If you're not sure about that, go back and read the Gospels. Peter was slow on the uptake for that. And it's hard for us as individuals to learn, because nobody likes to be abused. Nobody likes to have evil done to them. And, it's kind of cathartic to do evil back to somebody when they've done evil to you. But if you profess Christ, you don't get to do that. It's not your duty. It's not your responsibility. It's not your purview to respond to that. Now, he does tell us, though, to always be ready. What are we always to be ready for? So in the realm of personal slights and offenses, we're called to have unity of spirit, sympathy, love, a tender heart, and a humble mind. That's what he calls us. But when it comes to slights and questions regarding the hope that is in you, and that's the quote directly from verse 15, we are to always be ready to make an accounting, or to make defense, he says, to anyone who demands an accounting. And so, in other words, it's not your duty, it's not your responsibility to respond just because somebody hurts your feelings or does evil to you. And keep in mind, Peter's not just talking about somebody hurting your feelings on the internet. So, he's not talking about somebody, going on social media and getting butthurt about something. He's talking about like really doing evil to people, crucifixion level evil, that kind of thing. But he says, if somebody challenges the faith, you are to be prepared always and ever to give a defense of the faith to anybody who demands an accounting of it. So if somebody challenges, why do you even believe in that? It's just so silly. You are to be ready to respond to that. Unfortunately, it seems people seem more ready to respond in all the ways that Peter is telling us that we shouldn't, rather than to be able to give a defense of the faith. And even then, he says, yet do it with gentleness and reverence. Keep your conscience clear, so that when you are maligned, those who abuse you for your good conduct in Christ may be put to shame. In other words, You are called to give a defense for the faith. You are called to explain what the faith is, why you have that faith, and to clarify, even if somebody says something wrong about the faith, say, no, that's not what we believe. That's not what belief in Christ means. But yet you are still called to do it in all those ways that apply to your personal actions. You do that with gentleness. You do that with meekness and humility and tenderness of heart. Once again, something that we seem to have lost as an art. So you do it with gentleness and reverence. You keep your conscience clear. You give a testimony of your faith and the truth of the faith, but you don't get to storm the barrier. So anyway, that's the DBR for today. Go out, have a good day, enjoy the weather. It's going to be a glorious week for a couple of days at least. We'll be back tomorrow with another DBR. See you later. Boop.